As David said, I was going to school at Louisiana Tech. I was in my final year and I needed a job. So I went to the placement office at the university, a very active one, very well run, very well organized. And I had a Thursday schedule of places I was going to interview based on the companies that were coming to the university that day. So they were all lined up for all-day interviews, and I had one gap in my schedule at 2:30 in the afternoon. And there was only one company that had a gap in their schedule at 2:30 in the afternoon. And that company was called Extended Care. So I walked in the room and I said, I really don't know what you all do, but we can chat. As Forrest Gump would say, there it is. Anyway, it's a great day, isn't it? What a half century. And what an honor it is to be joined today by Governor Beshear, Mayor Fisher, the Davids, both senior and junior, who I've really loved to work with over the years. Everyone in this hall, along with all of our associates that are based elsewhere across the country, many of whom are watching remotely, and with former Humana associates who could not join us today, all have played a part in our tremendous legacy, 50 years of helping people. From our beginning in 1961, people have been at the center of Humana. Mr. Jones and our late co-founder, Mr. Cherry, were animated at the start by a vision of helping elderly people to be cared for in nursing homes that were reliably clean, caring, and compassionate, and measurably effective. That was something new and much needed at a time when people had new mobility in America and were living far from their families. A few years later, running hospitals that were efficient and orderly and having a guarantee that a medical person would talk to you within 60 seconds of arriving at an emergency room were important innovations at that time to be pioneered. And today in our health plans, we have an emerging focus on what we can do to help people find their way in this complicated world of medicine while improving public and individual well-being by promoting healthy lifestyles. All during these 5 decades of change, Humana has grown and prospered. To see our success, you just need to look around. You'll see your fellow associates who've been given the opportunity to earn and learn. Our shareholders, whose confidence in our vision is a large measure responsible for our financial success. And our friends and partners in government, business, education, the arts, medical care, and other people-oriented endeavors whose joint ventures with Humana and the Humana Foundation have benefited people in places as close as Actors Theater and as far away as Poland and Romania. I'd like to briefly recognize 2 of those partners now that are here in the audience today. With us is Nick Simon of Publishers Printing and Bill Roby of BB&T Insurance Services. You're here somewhere. Nick and Bill go way back with us. Publishers Printing was our very first customer and is still a customer today. That's what I call retention. So thanks, Nick and Bill, for being here. We appreciate it very much. Of course, today's not just about where we've been. It's also about where we're going. I've been at Humana Associates since 1974, and I can honestly say that I've never been more excited about Humana's future. As we increasingly embrace and bring to life our dream to help people achieve lifelong well-being, the possibilities continue to multiply. We are a national leader in senior health through the unique and increasingly popular value proposition in our Medicare Advantage health plans. We're also leading the way in solving the Medicare program's budget crisis through people-oriented programs like Humana Cares that help senior citizens stay where they want to be, at home, not in the hospital, while saving money for them and the federal government. For employees and their families, we've just launched Humana Vitality, an innovative program with science-based, customized incentives and rewards for healthy behavior that embodies one of our mantras, to make healthy things fun and fun things healthy. And Humana Military Healthcare Services just celebrated the 15th anniversary of its first contract with the U.S. Department of Defense. Over the past decade and a half, millions of military retirees, their families, and the families of active duty service personnel have been given peace of mind and financial security through health care coverage provided by Humana. Not surprisingly, all this work over 50 years has not gone unrecognized. Our incredibly successful Perfect Service Initiative, now more than 5 years old, and embracing not just service associates, but all Humana associates, has led to multiple citations from J.D. Power and Company over the past half-decade, as well as from the Disney organization. The efforts of the Innovation Center have been recognized in a variety of ways over the years, most recently through the 2011 American Business Awards, the Stevies, as they're called, considered the Oscars of business, which named the My Humana mobile application the best new product or service of the year in the entire competitive economic world. And the Humana building, named the best business building of the 1980s by Time magazine, remains an enduring contribution to the Louisville skyline and an inspiration to anyone in any endeavor who desires to do things a little bit better than they've ever been done before. That's the Humana way. When I became CEO in 2000, the most important decision we made as a company was to organize and drive Humana around the premise that the consumer had to be at the heart of healthcare. As we gather today in 2011 and look toward our next 50 years, one thing is clear: our mission will continue to focus on helping people. We will continue our commitment to a people-focused vision of healthcare, providing data-driven, personalized health that empowers individuals to take better care of themselves and leads to lower costs. We will continue to be the nation's premier health benefits innovator, leveraging new products, processes, and technologies in the interest of better outcomes for Humana members and for society as a whole. We'll continue giving back to the communities we serve through the Humana Foundation and through our increasingly robust program of associate volunteerism. And we'll do it all with the help of the people in this room and those linked to us electronically around the country today. As a way of thanking our associates for all they've done to contribute to our success and in honor of our first half-century as a company, we're going to send to every single one of you an anniversary book. I think it's right here. And it is a really interesting piece of work. It's been a lot of fun putting it together. I want to thank everybody who's involved in it. It'll really take you through, in a very profound way, the history of the company. As we reflect on our proud legacy of helping people over 5 decades of transformative change as a company, and as a change agent in the lives of millions, I invite each of you to continue on this exciting journey. Let's push forward together to innovate and develop the 21st century tools, programs, and positive incentives that will empower people to take control of their health and ultimately of their total well-being. Thank you for all you've done and will do to make Humana the great company that it is. Thank you.